In this Photoshop design tutorial, we're going to design an Epic Mountain logo in Photoshop. So, hi guys, welcome back to a brand new Photoshop design tutorial. My name is Manny and thanks again for tuning in. I know it's been quite a while since my last tutorial. Thanks so much for all the feedback that you guys have been giving me, my loyal subscribers. Thanks so much for calling me out to do another tutorial again. I really appreciate that. Yeah, great. So let's get also into the tutorial here. Super easy actually today. We're going to start again with the logo and background here. So I'm going to talk a bit about this. Let's switch this off quickly and just open the background layer. Again, just a normal white layer here as a background. Then on top of that, just some really cool snowy mountains. Also, I found the image again online. Have a look for snowy mountains. Yeah, then the opacity from that is down to 23%. So it's just shining through a little bit. Okay, that's all from the background. Then let's open the logo group over here, switch everything on. So first of all, I started out again just with the text, just again a few simple text over here. Then as well the badge. Let's open the badge layer or group here. So again, you guys can see two different shapes, also mountain shapes and these lines down here. So throughout the tutorial, I don't want to show you guys how to create shapes. We've done that before. But if you are completely new, you can have a look here on the right hand side under the little I button. You guys can find another tutorial where I'm showing you guys how to create this specific shape and this little mountain over here, and also the lines that we're going to do in the tutorial. So again, that you can find up there. That's what we're going to do. And then lastly, just also adding a little bit of these arrow lines here, whatever you want to call them. Okay, so let's get right away into it. First of all, I'm going to turn off logo, keep the background, and as usually start with view. New guide, horizontally 50% please, so we can find the center of our canvas. And again, a new guide, vertical as well. Now, if you're completely new to this, please also have a look on the channel. I've created again a few tutorials teaching people how to get to this stage here, so it's not always the same process. Okay, so I've done the center point. Now, for the next step that I want to do is again create a new guideline here from the top. I'm literally just with the move tool going to drag down a guideline. Then as well from the left hand side and going to place it somewhere here at number 6. And I'm just doing this super quick. You guys, please take a bit more time when you do this. Calculate this a little bit. Great. So now what I want to do is actually create a little bit of an arch here with a path. So again, pen tool out. I'm going to take and put an anchor point over here and another one over here. Keep on holding the pen tool and we're just going to make a really cool path here. Okay, a little bit of an arch. And if you're not familiar with the pen tool, please have a look on the channel. I'm showing there as well how to work with the pen tool. Now, let's switch over to the text type tool. I'm going to put the text type tool over the path here so we get to that little weird icon. We're going to click it and now we can literally type on the path. Cool. Okay, I'm going to type out mountain. Okay, and it's super big and weird. You guys can see it. So first of all, I'm going to press Command A to select all. Please, Windows users, press Control when I say Command. Okay, so select everything. It has a red font and it's a completely weird font. So first of all, I'm going to take the size down a little bit so we can actually see the word. I'm going to switch it to the center mode so it's also nice and centered. And we're going to use a different font for that. The font is called Bebas Neue. You guys can also find that again in the description down below if you guys want to find this font. Now, next I want to change the color. I'm going to go back to the application bar here to the top, select the color, and literally just going to take a bit of a darkish gray. Yeah, something like that. Okay. Again, I'm going to go to the character box here on the right hand side and just check my tracking, which is set to -40. If you don't have this character box, please go to Window and select character box over here. It should switch this on. Okay, -40, happy with that. Let's just take the size up and we can still play with that a little bit in the later stage. Mountain, that looks good. Accept it. Great, happy with that. Next step. I'm going to duplicate this layer and just literally write the next word, which is then Epic. Again, Command J to duplicate the layer. Please, Windows users, press Control. Now again, the Move tool, and with your cursors, you can literally just move this up, or again with the mouse a little bit. Okay, and let's just find the right cursors here. Great. I'm going to select the text tool again via the keyboard, just pressing T. select everything, and my next word is going to be epic, epic mountain. Okay, and I'm going to select the move tool over here, select epic layer, keep on holding shift on the keyboard and select mountain. And now you can just literally move this all down a little bit. So first thing, I want to remove the guidelines. They're irritating me. Okay, move them out of our way. Just a few in the center so we know where our center is. Okay, and this stuff of scaling and then putting it into the right position, that you can still do in the end. Next step, again, text tool. Let's make a nice selection at the top here, and I'm going to write established slash or just a hyphen there, and again 9061 or something super random. Again, you guys can't see it because it's too big, so press Command A again, select all of it, take the text type, the size here, sorry, and just take it down a little bit. Great, and now what I want to do is actually make it super small and also change the font again. The color is going to stay the same as Epic Mountain. Let's go to the fonts here, and it's going to be Helvetica Neue, the font. You guys can also find that again in the description down below. Okay, established and 1961, cool. And let's have a look for the tracking here. Maybe we can space that out a little bit further and also take the size down just to like 5 or 6. Accept it. And with the move tool, I'm literally just going to move it down, and later I'm going to position it. So that's all just for the text. Let's put the 3 text layers here via holding shift together in a group. While you selected all of the layers, press Command G, and you can just write here text again. So you know that's already your text layer. So it's really cool to keep your layers and stuff in Photoshop organized. So I can actually open now the logo group over here, and we're going to start out just with the badges again. So first of all, I'm going to start out with the big badges. Again, that I'm not going to show how to do. I'm literally going to pull them right away from my shape library. So literally, let's go over here to the shapes, and we're going to custom shapes tool. And at the top here, I'm going to select from my shape library the filled up shape. So please have a look again in another tutorial how I'm going to create this shape. Okay, double tap. Now you've selected it, and I'm going to hold shift so it's equally expanding again, and just going to make it nice and big. Okay, take the move tool. Move it somewhere into the center, roughly. Again, remember, we're going to space everything towards the end and put it into the right positions. So, you again on the keyboard. Let's first of all go to fill. We're going to go into make this transparent. That's great. Stroke. We want to first of all select fill over here and not a black color. We want to go to the color picker again and head over to Epic. Select that same from the font, and okay. And now we've got the same font color here. So next up, I'm going to go and select a width of 5 pixels. Let's have a look. Yeah, that looks good. And maybe the shape is a bit too big, but we can still space that. Great, I'm happy with all of this. So what I'm going to do now is take again the move tool and literally just move this a bit into the center. Let's have a look once we create our little mountain shape here in the top, if we should still transform this shape. Again, U on the keyboard and go back into the shape library. Also, please have a look. Here's also the next shape that I'm going to select, the mountains, that I'm also showing in that other tutorial how to create that. Double click on here, hold shift, and it's equally expanding again. And great, it has already the same color as our font, or it looks like it. So again, let's take it. Oops, and I did a big mistake. I forgot to create this on a complete new layer. So literally, it's not the end of the world. Just go to history. You guys see that I also still do mistakes, so that's normal. Back to custom shape tool, back to move. Okay, so you don't have that mountain shapes. Now literally going to create a new layer, and this is going to be our shapes with the mountains. Press U on the keyboard again, select the same process, again the shapes, hold shift, and create it, and now it also looks completely different. That's why it did look the same in the beginning. Okay, take the move tool, let's put it somewhere over here, and we can still have a look if we want to make this maybe a bit bigger. So again, press Command T, so you get into the transform mode. Now keep on holding shift, go to the little anchor point here in the corner, and just drag this a little bit bigger. Don't worry about the resolution, it's going to stay the same and high quality because it's a nice shape here with some awesome paths. Okay, I'm going to accept it, move it a little bit with my cursors into the center, And first of all, going to change the color. So double click here onto the layer. This will bring you into the color picker. Select the same color as the font. Okay. And again, shape number 9. We're going to move this up a little bit. And yeah, it looks great so far. Maybe I can make it a little bit smaller. Again, Command T, hold Shift, take the anchor box here, anchor point. And now we're going to play with this a little bit. Let's have a look. Yeah, okay, I don't want to bore you guys too long with this. You guys can obviously play until it's perfect on your side. Now, next step that I want to do is go to text here. Just take established. Move this down a little bit, Epic and Mountain maybe as well. Keep on selecting both layers again if you're happy with the space between Epic and Mountain. Okay, so I'm not really looking at the center guidelines here. I'm more or less looking at the complete logo. Okay, great. Shape number 9. Next step, I want to duplicate this again with Command J. Windows users, please press Control when I say Command. Okay, Command J, Command T again to make this a bit bigger. Keep on holding Shift again and select the anchor box here on the right hand side and make this nice and big. Great, like so. I'm going to accept it for the start. Press U on the keyboard again so we get back into the shape properties from that tool. And at the top, I'm going to literally just say 2 over here. So the stroke outside is just a little bit less. Okay, great. Move tool. And I'm now just maybe taking the cursors left and down and a little bit more. Great. So I actually made it once with the transform. Sometimes I need to transform it a few times till I get it right. So yeah, it's a bit of a playing thing. Great. So we've got the outside. And now what I still want to do is just create again the lines down here and also the lines here in the top. So let's maybe go to view, clear the guides completely so we have nothing in our way. And we can now start out with creating first again a group and then the 2 shapes. Okay, so select shape 10, shape 9 copy and shape 9 again. Command J, put it together in groups. And I'm just going to write here shape. And yeah, that was all my shapes. Now again, what I want to do is actually turn off the background layer here and create a complete new layer from the new layer button down here. I'm going to select and move that all the way down. Now I'm going to go to the rectangular marking tool, select the complete canvas. You guys can also press Command A to select it quicker. Hold right click and fill, and we're going to say 50% gray. Okay. Command D, get out of the selection, and now I'm going to zoom in super close. Okay, like so, next to the E over here, and I'm going to take a guideline and just place it somewhere maybe over here. And again, the guideline from the top. Okay, let's go a little bit up. And again, the move tool. Okay, and it's not working as properly there as I want to. So maybe let's turn off shapes. Okay, and another guideline over here. Move this up a bit. Okay, and another one in the center. Great, so maybe this is not actually in the center properly. No, I don't want to get into the options. Come on, down a little bit. Okay, like so. I'm going to zoom out again, and my little path here should go. Let's turn shapes on again from established to maybe over here. So let's maybe just make a line over here. That's how far our little arrow should go here that we have in the end, these little lines here. You actually guys can see that I have made them a little bit longer. So yeah, let's maybe create them a little bit longer. This is obviously a bit of a playing thing as well. Okay, and let's turn off our first logo. I'm going to zoom in super easy again. Go back to our shapes here and select shape 10. And the reason why I've selected this is because I'm going to create a new layer now again from the new layer icon. And now this layer will be right in the group shapes and on top of shapes 10. A bit more, we're going to take the pen tool once again, put an anchor point over here, here, into the center, and here again. Now I want to right click inside of that path, right click and say make or define custom shape. So we can actually make now a little shape and call it an arrow line or something. Okay, line. Okay, and now we've created that shape. I'm going to go to view, clear the guide, maybe also do the same process quickly for the next guide that we need. And that I'm going to do just right away over here, our next shape, sorry. So again, zoom in super quick. Okay, maybe let's get almost to the top. Or I'm going to zoom out again to make it a bit quicker. Move tool all the way down with a new guideline. And again, another guideline. Let's maybe just go a little bit down. So I'm just going to create 2 random guidelines somewhere in the center of my canvas. And I actually want to create some lines now. Great, so let's zoom in super close, and I just want to get like 1 pixel of that line. Okay, over here. And we're going to create 1 and another one over here. And I'm also going to take this guide again and just place it right away onto a nice guideline box here. Let's go all the way down, a little bit more, there we go. And we're just going to take this guideline and place it again onto this box. Press P for the pen tool. Literally now again we have a new path over here. So also we're going to create a new layer, anchor point over here and here. I'm going to press Z, zoom out. You guys can see it still has that little selected, that little anchor point. I'm going to zoom in the top. Press P again for the pen tool. Literally just continue pressing the anchor point and one over here. Z, the same step again. Move all the way down again. And P for the pen tool again and select that anchor point. So now we already have again a new little path over here. I'm going to press P for the pen tool, right click inside of that selection. Please guys, very important, inside, and say again define custom shape over here. And this I'm just going to call line. But it still has that other shape here as well selected, this other path. So a super quick, simple technique that you guys can do is before you actually create this shape, just cancel this one. So I did this mistake again. I'm literally going to hold command now over here and just press delete, 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 and delete. So now we only have this one on the right hand side. So now right click and say define custom shape again, and now we're just going to write line. Okay, so sorry, a bit of a process there. Now we're going to go back to view, clear the guides, and we just have our path here. Just press escape and you get out of that pen tool mode. Okay. So why did we do all of this now? It's because first of all we want to create a bit of an arrow here and then all of these little lines that we have down here. So let's get started with this shape. I'm going to go all the way down and just cancel this, put the background on again and go press U on the keyboard. We're going to get back into our shape library, and first of all you guys can also see I've created these before as well, but here are our new ones. So again, the first arrow shape. And I'm literally just going to make it over here. Okay, we still need to select the same color. So go to fill and select the same color as your font color. Okay. And stroke, you want to have transparent, no stroke. Okay, select the move tool. And we're going to zoom out a little bit so we can actually see it. Okay, and I think it's a little bit too big, but you guys get the point. Again, Command J to duplicate that. And just put that right on top next to the other one. So if these little lines here are irritating you, those are actually the path lines. You can hide them via pressing Command Shift and H all together. You guys can see it. Now you can also see it a bit more accurate. Again, move tool, move it a bit over, and that looks kind of cool. Okay, next I'm going to do is take the shape 11 here and shape copy. And just hit Command J, duplicate both of these layers, go to Edit, Transform, and Flip horizontally. Now again the Move tool, and literally just going to drag them all the way to the other side. Again, space them over here, and that's already done. Great, now let's get back to the second shape that we've created here, our path. Again, let's maybe make a small step in between. I'm going to go to shape 11 copy, 2 and 3. All of these, press Command G again, and just right here arrow as well. So those are again our other shapes. And just going to write shapes. Okay, great. So turn all of that off, create a complete new empty layer. We're going to go back to the top and press U again. Go back into the shape library, call up just our normal line over here, and we're going to make this shape over here. Let's just zoom in so we can actually see it's just 2 blocks again. Great. Double tap on here, it will also take you into the color picker, but I need to select the same color as the font. Double tap, color picker is up. Okay, okay, that's all great. Now I'm going to hide the outlines directly. Command Shift H, Z, and now a little bit of a fiddling step, but we need to do this. Again, Z, zooming in, Now shape 12 over here, press Command J, duplicate that layer. Now with the move tool, literally just take your cursors and press a little bit to the right hand side. So you're going to space it now 1, 2, 3, 4. So 2 spaces. Okay, you can also change that if you want to have that a little bit tighter. You can go 1 in between. I'm going to like to have it like this. Again, I'm going to select Command J, do the same step again. Now 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, let's have a look. Great, and the top one again, Command J, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, there we go. It looks a bit weird, looks a bit different. Okay, let's have a look, but it looks correct. It's just the illusion. All right. Zoom out. Now to speed up this process, I'm literally going to take shape 12, this shape and this shape, press nothing, just right click and say merge shapes here. Then again Command J, and now we can duplicate this whole process and do it a bit quicker. Okay, so we're duplicating all of these 4 lines here. Okay, now we're going to do the same process, right click, merge the shapes. Okay, I should have first pressed Command J to duplicate that. Move them all the way over. Okay, and you guys get the point. So I'm going to continue doing this step for a little bit now. Merge the shapes. Okay, and now we're going to take all of these layers. Again, merge shapes. Z, move out. Take the whole shape layer over here and move that all the way down till here. Okay, so I'm going to go right away through the whole font and everything. Zoom in again. And now what I want to do is just again, literally with the pen tool, create a cool path over here. So again, let's maybe go down here. We're going to drag a path line over here. Okay, so this is going to be our first anchor point and our second anchor point line, the same as we did in the beginning of the tutorial. And maybe down here. Great, so I'm going to just do this out of my hand. You guys can create more guidelines if you want. Let's also get to the process. Let's do another anchor point over here. So that's going to be 2 and another 2. So I'm literally just having a look here at these spaces. Okay, 1 anchor point over here and another one over here. Keep on holding that shape. Okay, let's zoom out. Z, zoom out again. Now you guys can see that that path direction is going to go into this direction. Hold Alt while you're in the pen tool. Keep this, hold this little guy and just move him into this direction, because you obviously want to go down now. Okay, somewhere over here. I'm just going to put an anchor point over here and one over here. Round like so. Going to keep this holding this guy up again and completing that path. Now first of all, what I want to do is turn this off just to see my path here a little bit, and I can already see it looks a bit weird with mountain, so I need to move mountain over a little bit. So let's select the text, move that over a little bit. We can also press Command T, but not for that. We need to do that afterwards. Okay, first of all, we're going to go back here. So select again our line layer, and first of all now we're going to select right click while we're in the pen tool still and say make a selection, 0 feathering, and I'm going to press Command Z and V to duplicate paste this whole line thing. Okay, delete the lines over here so that's out of our way, and you guys can now see that we have just some cool lines over here. Again, I'm going to go to view, clear the guides, and I'm going to work just with this a little bit. First of all, I want to stretch mountain a little bit. So let's select mountain over a little bit. And maybe that is even a bit too round, so we can hold Command, go back to the path, and just change our path a little bit. So my lines aren't too perfect yet, but obviously it's a tutorial. I'm trying to make this super quick. And yeah, that's basically it. Great, so it doesn't look that good as the previous one, but you guys get the points, pretty much the same. Now as well, shapes over here, I'm going to move the shapes down to the shape library, and just with the eraser tool, maybe just going to erase a few ones here on the side that are a little bit too much. Okay, like so. So this is super quick. I'm not too happy yet with this. I actually preferred the first one that I did, a little bit more plain, and then also cutting off here the corners. So please take a bit more time when you do this. So yeah, that's all for the tutorial, guys. Thanks again for watching. If you do like this, please don't forget to hit that thumbs up there for me. If you have any feedback, leave me a comment down below. I love to interact with my subscribers. And yeah, thanks again for watching. If you have any friends who are new to Photoshop design, feel free to share these tutorials with with them. And as I said before, thanks again. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys all in the next tutorial. Thanks, guys. Bye-bye.